Cassie here, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm coming at you with a quick tip, and that is to use placeholders. If I could only give you one piece of writing advice, well, that would be to show and not tell. So, if I could only give you two pieces of writing advice, this would be one of them. This tip has helped me so much because I am definitely a perfectionist when it comes to writing. I want everything to be perfect. I want that exact brilliant word in there, and sometimes you just can't think of that exact brilliant word in the moment when you're doing your drafting. And it can really hold you back and halt your momentum when you have to stop everything you're doing, stop your train of thought to try to remember this word or look it up in a thesaurus. So instead, what I do is I use placeholder words. If it takes me more than like 30 seconds to think of whatever word is in my mind that's on the tip of my tongue, I will put a different word in there, just a really basic one. Like if I wanted to say something more specifically descriptive than the verb walked, but I can't think of the exact word I want to use in that moment, if it takes me more than 30 seconds to come up with it, I will just write walked anyway, and I will highlight that in yellow. Yellow is the color I've chosen personally in Microsoft Word to highlight all of my placeholders so that later when I'm going back and reading over it in the editing process, I can remember, okay, I wanted this word to be a little more descriptive, but I couldn't think of it at the moment. I cannot stress how helpful this tip has been for me because drafting is a little difficult when you are a perfectionist and you want everything to be exactly right. And I hate those moments when I feel like I'm on a roll and I want to just keep going, but then I come to a grinding halt because I can't remember the word gingerly. So instead I just write softly, and later when I have the time and I'm not in the zone anymore, I can go and look it up in a thesaurus or just try to brainstorm and remember what the word is. This tip is also useful not just for like one word things, but even like entire sentences, or I've even highlighted entire paragraphs that I just wasn't quite sure about. Like I wrote the whole paragraph and I just feel like something is off about it and I don't really know what it is. But again, if it takes me more than like 30 seconds to figure out what it is and change it, I don't want to halt my process, and I don't want to stop writing and drafting. So I will highlight the entire sentence or the entire paragraph, and that just tells my future self later, like, this paragraph felt a little weird and I don't know why, so figure that out. It passes along all your problems to future you. Let that chick deal with it. And another reason this can help is because sometimes when we're drafting, we are, at least for me, I can be too critical of myself, and sometimes I highlight a paragraph or a sentence that I feel like isn't good enough, and then later when I'm reading it and editing, I'm like, what were you talking about, past Cassie? This is fine. So that can be a nice little confidence boost also, to realize that sometimes when you are in the zone and you're, you know, in that creative process, you can be a little too critical of yourself, and it's good to not halt your process to deal with that critique. Just put it aside for later and just keep getting the words onto the page. This is honestly one of my favorite writing tips ever. I think showing versus telling is very important, and that was very useful for me to learn, but it's kind of talked about a lot by everyone, and this is not as commonly discussed. I have heard some people talk about this. In fact, it was, I believe, Kim Chance who kind of reminded me of how important this is. I already do this on my own, but I never really thought about what a useful tip it is, and that it's something that maybe I should share with you guys. I hope this tip helps you guys out. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button, and if you want to see more writing tips from me in the future, subscribe below. I post new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. My debut novel, Keep No Record, is available for purchase on Amazon. Check it out before the sequel arrives, and that's it. I'll see y'all next time and have a great day. Bye!